Hey my MS family, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something a little different, because I wanted to make my first Q&A video since my channel is growing from time to time. I even posted a post where you can write your questions, and you did, and I thank you. And also because everyone is asking me questions lately, and I want to answer them today. Let's get started, shall we? The first question comes from Jolo Fun, and they say, I love your films, I love the drama. Where do you get your ideas from? Thank you so much. I'm really happy to know that you enjoy my drama content. Well, I get ideas from different places. I like watching TV shows and movies, especially soap operas. Which ones you're asking? Well, that's my little secret. But not only from there, I also get ideas from real life. We all experience something every day, right? Also, I've loved writing and creating stories since I was a teenager. The multimedia today is just crazy in a good way. The storylines can be so wild. Yes, many shows talk about love stories, and sometimes that's a bit cliché. But I like to use love as a side story. What I really enjoy is family drama. The secrets, the tension, the character development, that's the best. I also like writing about topics like youth, school, love, and daily life. So, that's where my ideas come from. Thank you for the question. Next question comes from Cinnamon Toast Crunch Lover 4X, and they say, where do you get the names for your characters from? And can you add some Africans, blacks, and Muslims or like Arabs and stuff with traditional names according to their race or religion? No disrespect. That's a good question, thank you. I get names for my characters from many different places. Sometimes I hear names in movies, books, or real life that I really like. Then I sit down and think, which name fits this character best? It depends on their personality and story. About your second question, I want to be honest with you. I don't often create characters from different cultures or religions, not because I don't want to, but because I am afraid I could say, or write something wrong. I really want to respect every culture and religion. But I also know that the world is full of diversity, and maybe in the future I can include more characters from different backgrounds, with names that match their culture in a respectful way. That's something I can learn more about. Thank you for your honest question. The next question comes from Japan Lights animated series, and they ask, are you excited to watch my upcoming Japan Lights episodes? How you managed to do drama instead of other stuff? What is your most popular series? By popular I mean famous, iconic, or classic. About the first question, I'm sorry, but I don't know your series yet. But when I have more free time, I'll try to check it out. About the second question, I really love drama, especially in TV shows and movies. That's why I started writing dramatic stories myself. Comedy is a bit difficult for me to write, even if I like watching funny shows sometimes. But maybe in the future, I will try to add more comedy to my series. Drama just feels natural to me. My fans really enjoy my dramatic episodes, and that makes me proud. It gives me motivation to write even more stories like that. So far, nobody complained. And about the third question, I think my most popular Plotagon series has changed lives. It has 55 episodes in 2 full seasons. A lot happens in that series. There are many emotional, crazy, and exciting moments. There are also some iconic scenes and classic drama plots, which make it special. Many fans say it's their favorite. The next question comes from Caden73, and they say, yo, can I be in Forsaken Siblings? Can I have a cameo in a future episode? That's really kind of you to ask. But Forsaken Siblings is a fully fictional story. I usually don't add real people or cameos in my series, because the story and characters are all created from my imagination. I want to keep the story focused and original, and not based on real-life people. I hope you understand that. But I really appreciate your interest and support, it means a lot. Let's move to the next question. question from Block 699, and she asks, what inspired you to make Plotagon drama series? That's a great question, and yes, it's a bit similar to what I answered before. I started making drama series in Plotagon because I love storytelling. Drama has always been my favorite genre in movies, shows, and even books. I enjoy the emotions, the secrets, and the character changes. When I found Plotagon, I thought, this is the perfect way to bring my stories to life. It's simple but also powerful, and I can be creative in my own way. Also, many people enjoyed my first episodes, so that gave me motivation to continue. That's how everything started. Next question. The next question I received from ENS Ferreira, who appeared as a guest in my video. Welcome ENS. You also asked me a question in the comments. Would you mind asking me personally? Thank you CDAT for allowing me to be a guest in your first Q&A video and ask you the question personally. Let's go then. How did you make your Plotagon series successful? By just adding in character development, the twists, and all the surprises we never expected? Thank you for this question. It's a little hard to answer, because I also used to ask myself the same thing when I watched other series. Back then, I saw many different themes and storylines, and they always surprised me. But now, many shows are not surprising for me anymore. I can often guess what will happen next, and most of the time, I'm right. So I started to think, how can I make something different? Something more exciting? Honestly, I don't really know the perfect answer, I just write what feels right. Sometimes, the ideas come to me suddenly. I like character development, watching how someone changes. And I love twists, especially when something happens that nobody expects. Maybe the secret is, I try to feel what the audience might feel. I want you to feel shocked, sad, happy, or confused, just like I felt when I watched good shows in the past. And most important, I always try to write from the heart. Wow, that makes so much sense. I never thought about it like that. You really put a lot of heart into your stories. No wonder they feel so real and surprising. Thank you ENS. And I thank you for sharing that. I learned something today. Question from Super DJ Moonlight, and they commented, I forgot about this movie, it's been so long. Why are you taking this long with the episodes? Well, I just want to say this. Making Plotagon episodes takes a lot of time. I don't just click a button and it's done. I write the story, I plan the scenes, I choose music, voices, movements, everything. And I do it alone. For you, it's easy to watch a video in 30 minutes, but for me, it can take hours, days, or even weeks to finish one episode. I want to make good quality, and not something rushed, and I hope people understand that. But thank you to everyone who waits patiently, your support means a lot. Next question comes from Novella Stune V2X, and they commented, Hello MS Film, this is Passion Tune, a French animation channel on YouTube. I would like to collaborate with you, with your permission, and translate your series, not to mention advertising your channel. Thank you very much for your kind offer. I really appreciate your interest in my work. But I prefer to work alone on my series. It's something very personal to me, and I put a lot of time and effort into every episode. Also, I don't allow other people to upload my videos, or use them on their channels. I want to protect my content and keep everything in one place, and that on my own channel. I hope you understand that, and again, thank you for reaching out and supporting my series. And now let's move on to the next and last question. Max Animation Official says, how do you organize your stories? A script, a storyboard, etc. What Plotagon app do you use? Story or Studio, computer or mobile? Thanks for your question, I'll try to explain it the best way I can. First, when I write an episode, I always try to include one main plot and one or more side plots. So I sit down and focus on how to tell the story in the best way with emotion, drama, and logic. This usually takes 2 to 3 days per episode, because I don't want to rush anything. If I try to finish it in just one day, the result is not what I expect. Good stories need time to grow. After I know the basic story, I start writing the dialogues. Either on my phone or laptop, depending on where I am. My laptop always stays at home, so when I'm outside, I use my phone to write ideas. Sometimes, when I have little time, I just open Plotagon quickly and write dialogues while the app is open. Now to the second part of your question. Yes, I use both Plotagon Story and Plotagon Studio. But my studio version has some bugs and broken animations, so I can't use it for everything. That's why I mix both versions, depending on what I need. That's all for today's Q&A. Thank you so much for your questions, they really mean a lot to me. I hope you enjoyed my answers and maybe learned something new. More episodes and stories are coming soon, so stay tuned. And remember, good stories take time, but they're always worth the wait. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support really helps me keep going. Take care, and see you in the next episode.